Dear students, this is the second video of print and culture, and we are going to discuss an important topic, that how the print comes to Europe, or how the print that emerged in China and thereafter it reached Japan, how it came in Europe and from there to other parts of world. So this is very interesting to understand the print that was emerged in one country and it expanded itself over some time, how it reached to other countries, and when it reached to other countries, what type of impact it created. We will also discuss that apart from the impact, how the printed material was modified in those countries. So in this video, we are going to discuss about the European print culture. Now, as we all know that print started from China, it reached thereafter to Japan, and meanwhile many explorers were there, many travelers were there who were moving through different parts of the world, including China. One of the Italian traveler was the Marco Polo, and he was traveling towards China. And when he reached China, he found the print culture was there, and he found the woodblock technology. So he imported the woodblock technology in his country, that is Italy. So he brought the woodblock technology, print technology from China to Italy. So this is how Italy got the print technology. Italy got print technology. So now the print was available in Italy, and from Italy it reached to other parts of Europe. Now the question is, then when it reached Italy, what was the impact? The impact was very grave. Why? Because when it reached Italy, huge demand was there for the books or for the printed material, and from there it reached to different parts of the Europe. And how it reached? It reached with the help of scribes. It reached with the help of writers who are writing the manuscript. You need to understand this. Now, when the printed material reached Italy, many booksellers, they hired scribes. Scribes were mainly the skilled handwriters, and their work was to copy the work. Their task was to copy the work in a very beautiful handwriting, and they were writing it in multiple copies. So this is how scribes were employed by the booksellers, and now booksellers became very important person in Italy, because booksellers organized different book fairs also, and thereafter the books was exported to different parts of Europe also by the booksellers. As the demand increased for the books, the bookseller also had new scribes, that was the skilled handwriters, and the scribes wrote wrote multiple copies of the same book. So this is how the ever increasing demand of the book was met with the help of scribes. But it was not a very easy task. Thereafter, manuscripts were written. Manuscripts is nothing but the handwritten work. So manuscripts was going on, and basically scribes were doing the same thing. So manuscript was going on at the time in Italy and all over the Europe, but it was a very difficult task. Why? Because it was very difficult to copy the printing words. No. Suppose we are going to copy from any particular book. So how much book can we copy? I mean, how much volume we can copy? We can hardly go with 2 or 3 book in a day maximum. If we are going to write for 10 hours or 12 hours, then hardly we can create 2 or 3 books. No. So it was a very difficult task. So manuscript was a very difficult task, and that is why at the time it was demanded for mechanical print because hand print technology was still there and it was not going to create magic there. Why? Because hand print was very limited. Manuscript was there, but it was very limited. First thing, it was very fragile in nature. Second thing, it was very expensive. If you are going to write with the hand, of course, the material will be available at the higher cost. So print material was really very costly. The print material that was written with the help of hand was really very costly. After that, it was fragile. It was very difficult to carry. No. Third thing, limitation was there on the number of copies. Today, we can easily get multiple copies of the same material by using the Xerox machine. But at that time, because the work was going on with the help of hand, you cannot expect more copies. So, limited number of copies were there. It was the next reason. No. So, because of that, we found that in Europe, with the manuscript and with the handwritten work, despite the great demand was there for the printed materials, it was very limited in nature because of these restrictions. Thereafter, new printing press came into existence in Europe and it revolutionized the entire print culture in Europe. It created history in print culture. So the print that was started from China, it reached Italy and thereafter it expanded to all over Europe. And from Europe, it reached India. No, it is very interesting to understand. I don't think that India was lagging behind. In India also manuscript was going on, but we are talking about the printed materials. We are talking about the mechanical print. So it reached India much later. Now in Europe, new print material was there and thereafter new mechanical print was also developed by Gutenberg. So Gutenberg became the most famous man in the print history because he created magic by creating a mechanical print, and this revolutionized the print culture in Europe. So you have to understand that how print became very popular in Europe. It became very popular because initially they were imitating the woodblock technology, but thereafter when the mechanical print was devised, when it was introduced, the thing changed in Europe, and now Europe became the front runner in terms of print and culture. So this is how new things got multiplied, new readers came up, new circulation was possible, and the restriction that was there because of scribes and manuscript, now it was over with the introduction of mechanical print that was introduced by Gutenberg. So we have to understand up to this only. Thank you.